Good afternoon. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. My name's Phil. We've got the team news. We've all seen it. We thought we'd go live a little bit later, so we would lead right up to kickoff. So we want to get your views in. We want to get your comments in. Let us know what you want to talk about in today's Fan Zone show. So yes, it's match day. It's Leicester at home at the King Power Stadium in lockdown against Crystal Palace. We want your views. We want your comments. As ever, we don't do this without you. You totally get to say what you want. Let's all start off with lots of positivity. Although my first question to you is today a must-win game. Of course, it isn't. If we were to lose today, we can still go on and get into the Champions League. But do you feel like Arsenal on Tuesday, Bournemouth away the following on the following Sunday? Do you think today, home for Crystal Palace, has to be a Leicester win? Get your views in, get your comments in. Good afternoon to Jack. What do you think about today's team news, Jack, which I'm going to go through very shortly? Andrew says, good afternoon, massive game, big game, 3 points is a must. Come on, you Foxes. Jason Clare, good afternoon to you, Jason. Are you excited, Jason, for today, or are you a bit nervous about it? Jason says, come on, lads, 3 points. Give Nacho a chance. Nacho is starting. Darren says he's not confident today, feels too samey in the team and will likely get the same end result. Come on, Darren, we've got to buoy you up. We've got to try and get you going. Stephanie says, good afternoon. Got to be a win today. We need to go up the ante or do up the ante. Yes, I agree. Stephen Payne's giving us a score prediction. Of course, get your score predictions in. He's going Vardy and 1-0. Ray is saying we do need a good result. We absolutely do need a good result. Mark Townsend, hello, Waller, how are you? If we don't win today, we'll end up in 7th. This is what I'm saying, Mark. Is it going to be a must-win game or not? Ryan, come on, Ryan, be a bit more positive than that, saying we're going to get hammered today. Ben thinks today is a 4-4-2. We've got Nacho and Vardy. Got to see something from Vardy today. Richard, this is better, saying a definite win. What we want positivity, but if you're feeling nervous, that's absolutely right. Jack is saying, feed the goat, Kelechi will score. Chaz is saying, hope we win, but don't think we will. And Craig, saying, we have the ability to play for each other and create enough to score today. I'll keep putting your comments in. I'll keep getting your views in. I'm going to add in Jamie from the Fox's Arms. I've got babysitter Tom, and we've got newbie Locks. Hi guys, how are you all? Let's start with you, Jamie, from the Fox's Arms. Talk us through today's team sheet, Jamie.
Well, first question is, you answered, is Palace a must-win game? Yes, it is. I think it is today. It's definitely a must-win game for us. We need to get some confidence behind us. I don't care if it's a scrappy 1-0 win. It's coming off someone's backside. I don't care, as long as it's just a 1-0 win. Trying to be positive, but I don't know, but this 4-4-2 though, I love a bit. I think it's going to be 4-4-2. I can't see it being any other than 4-4-2. And I love a bit of old school, Phil. You know me. 4-4-2 is the way to go. Two up top.
Love a bit of old school. A bit of two up
Love
top.
A bit of old school. Sound like my granddad said. Love a bit of old school. Yeah. So I think 4-4-2. I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to the whole thing, but it's just been a bit disappointing at the minute. So must-win game.
While Tom's on his phone, Locks, talk us through the team sheet. Tell us who's playing.
Yeah, you asked me that, didn't you? Sorry.
You ignore me, Jamie. Don't you worry.
Sorry.
No, I agree. I mean, it's kind of. I'm really happy if it is a 4-4-2. I am happy with that. It's a bit of a change. Obviously, in terms of the individuals and the team, one of the big talking points: Chilwell, Fuchs. Chilwell's still in there. Obviously, I look forward to seeing how he kind of copes in today's game in a 4-4-2. If that's what it is, and Iheanacho, up front with Vardy, gives all Brighton another player to aim for in the box, I suppose. So, to be fair, I wasn't that confident yesterday and the day before when I was giving predictions, but I'm a little bit more confident now.
Yeah, come on then, Tom. Let's get Tom on. What do you think today?
Yeah, you got to be positive now. You know what I mean? It's for me. There's 6 games to go. It's a mini league from now in. You know, we can't go back and rewrite history with the results. 6 games to go. It's a mini league now for us. No FA Cup to concentrate on. So we've got to go for it today. Interesting lineup. Wasn't sure when I saw 4-4-2, especially with Palace who'll come and play a 5 in the middle of the park and try and outrun us. So it'll be interesting to see who drops back in out of Natural and Vardy into that 5 when we're defending. But no, we're positive. Look, I said today I have a feeling we'll get a 1-0 win. We'll sneak it. I really do. I think we can just sneak over the line. So, look, Palace have been in good form this season. And over the last 10 games have done well. They've only lost the last 2 in a row. Very slim margins on both games. It's going to be a tough game we're not going to offer. You know, Benteke's not going to come in the city and be quiet. We know he's got a good record at the King Power. And he's going to be a handful for the 2 centre-halves this afternoon.
Yeah, let's get a few of the fans' comments in. Jack or LCFC Grey Live the Dream says we can't let Palace settle. The form guide, by the way, guys, is Palace have won 4 and then just lost 2. That's their last 6 games. So Palace were in good form. They're certainly, over the last 6 games, better form than Leicester have been. Jack says, I'm confident today the boys will have learnt their lessons from the games before and come back stronger. Jack, let's hope so. Lewis says, just need Tielemans to step up and Chilwell to sort out his crossing out. Ray's saying 3-2 to Leicester. Ray, who do you think is going to score the first goal? Reece has gone for 2-1 to Leicester with Vardy on the bench. Jamie, I'm going to ask you this in a minute. Do you know who's on the bench? Ross Howard, a lot of Leicester fans have been saying, if we're going to have these extra subs, let's have a bit of youth on the bench. Is it George Hurst made the bench, he wants to know. So, Jamie, I don't know if you've got the subs team for us.
Not at the minute, I haven't, but I will check.
Well, that's all right.
Go to someone else.
I've got it, mate.
Yeah.
Go on then, Tom.
Tom, go on.
Subs are Morgan, Damari Gray, Danny Ward, Harvey Barnes, Chowdhury, #Magic Mendy, Dennis Pratt, Fuchs, Ryan Bennett.
Yeah, so in other words, I mean, I'm not too bothered. I personally don't think today is a day for blooding youth. I think, if anything, it's a day I'd like to see as much experience in the team as possible, which could have been the shout to have Christian Fuchs in there rather than Ben Chilwell. Although, you know me, I'm quite a big fan of Ben Chilwell. Jamie, what about this midfield? Obviously, we've got Ndidi, we've got Tielemans today, Perez and Albrighton. We're not being very settled with this midfield. Is there enough in that midfield today?
See, I was saying earlier, I had a chat with Chappie earlier, and I actually said it could be if we play. I was actually pretty close to that team, me and Chappie were, and I said it was going to be a 4-1-3-2, which could be that formation. Then Didi at the holding, and then you've got Albrighton and Perez and Tielemans in the middle, and Vardy and Nacho up front. So it could be that one. It could be a 4-1. I forgot now. 4-1-3-2. So it's quite an attacking lineup if it plays that way, which I'm quite happy. But if it's 4-4-2, I'm even happier. So I don't know. We've got to, but Palace normally play. I haven't seen Palace's team. Normally they play a 5-man midfield. Yeah, so hopefully, and Palace have beat us twice. The last 2 games, they were the last London club to beat us at the King Power. And the last time we played Palace, Pure got the sack the day after.
Locks. I mean, we've got. With Albrighton, Albrighton's going to be on the wing, you would say, normally. And Perez probably then will be on the other wing. But could Perez drop into just behind Albrighton and Nacho and play that sort of number 10 role, Locks?
Yeah. And that might be beneficial as well, obviously, if with Palace and their 5-man midfield. I mean, obviously, you mentioned Albrighton there. I said it a couple of shows ago, obviously, about how if Albrighton's a great presser, he works hard, he does his job brilliantly. But if you've only got the one man Vardy in the box, when he gets those balls in, as we've seen, it's not going to work. I think if obviously let's just go back if it is a 4-4-2, I think Albrighton kind of on that left side, like in the champion, like in the Premier League winning season. It might work really well. Obviously, from when we used to have Vardy and Okazaki in there, but no, I mean, looking over the team again there, I mean, I think it's it looks a bit more, I don't know. I think it's going to be a good game today. I think we're going to be seeing a much better performance, hopefully, than the last game. And once again, Jamie mentioned it. I'm just really looking forward to, if it is a 4-4-2, to see how that's going to work against Palace and the 5-man midfield.
Tom, I pointed out the other day to the content team in our little chat group we have. Did you notice the players' reaction after Nacho scoring at Everton? I pointed out that, normally when you score a goal, I know we're 2-0 down, but normally when you score a goal, players are like, a bit bigging each other up and celebrating. Are we worried a little bit about team spirit at Leicester at the moment, Tom?
No, I wouldn't be, mate. There's one point I'll go back to. I think Reece Taylor made one about Albrighton.
Yes,
playing.
yeah.
Can I go back to that point, mate? I think generally the reason why Albrighton is playing today is two. One, Barnes hasn't done nothing in the first 2-3 games he's played, to me, and been very, very poor below form. Not having slating the lad, he's not performed, so you've got to change things around. Demarai Gray has had a chance and didn't do anything from the start. Albrighton started at Watford, who created a chance to hit the post, but he works hard. Chilwell's been caught out too many times down the left when Harvey Barnes has played there. We saw that against Chelsea, got left exposed. Albrighton comes in and fills that void and will hopefully cover up Chilwell a bit more. It means Chilwell can push on because you've got a winger who also can do that job at defending if he needs to, and he'll understand that role probably a little bit more than Barnes does when we get caught out down that left-hand side. The players are bombed on too quickly and there's a big gap in there. It's same probably for Justin at right back today. Picking Perez, he's that little bit older experience on that right-hand side to cover him as well. As for the team spirit, I'm not having any of that, mate, sadly. I think for me, Nacho goal, we're losing 2-1. You want to get back to the halfway line to try and get back playing again. And if I'm honest, the crowd, there's no crowd. Where do you go and run off to celebrate? I mean, I know you're celebrating as a team, but it's not the same when you've got 32,000 or 50,000, depending who's playing, and you're running off to celebrate with the fans, are you really? It's a different matter. I know at Watford we scored and we ran off and celebrated as a team, so you could have the same question there. But for me, we did that because it was a 90-minute winner, we thought at the time, and Chilwell hit a screamer. So I'm not going to get too worried about team spirit. I think you've still got the main hardcore lads in there. You Schmeichel, Morgan, Johnny Evans. I think he's probably part of that team spirit now. Vardy, Albrighton. There's still the lads there to keep that team spirit going for me.
Listen, one of the things that I definitely want to say to fans is, and again, I'm not trying to be the manager or anything like that. For me, it's blindingly obvious what Leicester City have got to do. Is we've got to get back to getting the ball up to Jamie Vardy quickly, either on the counter-attack or getting it up there. He scored 19 goals this season. He scored 99 goals for us, I think, in the Premier League or whatever. He's the top scorer or joint top scorer at the moment. He is. If he needs Jamie Vardy scores, we're going to win. But if we don't give him some balls to run after, he's fast, he's quick, he needs to be aggressive today. For me, if Jamie Vardy gets back on form, and by that it's like, get the ball to him quicker, lads. I don't know if any of you want to pick up on that, on the Jamie Vardy.
Kevin Robinson made a good point, Phil. He put, hopefully, Coach, you can get into one of the 30-plus crosses whipping in every game. I think we put a lot of crosses in. I think that's because the crosses were coming in. There's no one there. Now there's going to be two up top. There's going to be two up there. Jamie, we're not getting enough bodies in there.
But isn't that because we're playing 95 minutes of crabbing football, and the only thing that leads to is a cross in the box, which is good, but it's hopeful. This is what I'm saying. Now let's mix in some speed, counter-attacking, and more direct play for Jamie Vardy, Jamie.
But with two up top, though, and these crosses coming in, I understand where you're coming from and get the fast ball up like we used to do, the counter-attacking. But with the crosses coming in, you've got two in box. No,
it's not rocket science.
It's not. To be honest, Phil, I agree with what you say. The only thing you were missing out there, we need a bit more passion and a bit more fight. That's what we need. That's what we've been seriously lacking in these last three. I mean, I can't remember 4 games we played. We've had no passion and no fight. We've got to get that in. We've got to get someone in the change rooms, giving it large before and geeing them up. That's my view.
Tom,
just
Jake
a point with Vardy, I'm just going to go to a point about Albrighton and people say, well, Chilwell could have started on the left today. Chilwell created that many chances this season, really. I know he's had good games and bad games, but he doesn't create enough when he goes down the left for me. Albrighton, I know people say we put crosses in the box 30 odd and people aren't getting the end of them. Maybe it's just a bit of, let's put it on the deck a bit more, these crosses. Don't fling it into the air. get the ball down and put it on the deck at that dangerous area and on the 6-yard line where the goalkeepers are very unsure to come out of. We've seen Vardy likes it in that area as well as in behind. If you put it in the front post, Vardy can get on them, but it's got to be on the deck. It hasn't got to be in the air. That's where the biggest problem is. Albrighton can give those crosses as well.
Here's another stat for you, Tom. Chilwell's got the same amount of assists as Zaha, 3.
And that tells me that Zaha's not had the season that he had last year. And we all know Zaha can be one of the most deadest players in the league. I think the problem with me, if I watch Zaha, everyone banging on about Leicester signing for 40-odd million, we should have gone for him and this, that and the other. He's too much about being kicked and moaning to the referees for me. And that's my biggest problem with Zaha. If you get into him early enough, his game goes, because all he's bothered then is about having a moan at the referee to get a player booked. That's all Zaha does. So if we can get into him early, silent you, give him a little bit of a nudge and push him around for 5 or 10 minutes. Hopefully, it'll put him off his game and means that we can then concentrate on doing the rest of our games better. And Zaha's pushed out of it.
Locks, score predictions.
The other day for Jamie, I said 1-1. I'm a bit more confident now. I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester and both goals from Jamie Vardy.
That sounds good match. Jamie?
Yeah, I'll give you a score prediction in a second, Phil. I just wish you hadn't put that thing up about VAR because now that will come true. Now that will happen. I try to not look at it. I'm going for...
That was on to Karen. Let's me put it back up.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't put that. No, don't put it up again. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. I don't want to know that. I'm going for 2-0 with 2-0 and Vardy and Nacho. One of each. Vardy first, Nacho go at the second. 2-0. Boom.
Tom?
I'm going 2-0 and I'm going for Vardy to get his 100th and 101st Premier League goals today. I just think we'll hopefully have that little bit more quality than Palace. I think it will take its time to break them down today. They're going to become a being stubborn team. We saw that when I watched them against Burnley the other night. They're very stubborn. But also, if you get at them, you can get into Palace. I've seen that enough times this season. They can crack at the back.
Brilliant. Thanks, lads. I'll see you after the match. I'm going to read out all the fans' comments we can now. So thanks for joining us, chaps. Let's hope it is a Leicester win. Yeah, let's hope afterwards we are all celebrating. For me, today is all about Jamie Vardy. He has to get back into the goals. Vardy's on form. Leicester win. I think we are. We're certainly not a one-man team, but we're a one-man goal scoring machine. And if he ain't scoring, we ain't winning. Get your score predictions in. We'll get them on there. Dan Baxter says 1-0 Leicester scrappy win. I'd take that, Dan. Jack is saying 2-1 to Leicester with Kelechi scoring. Oh, Kelechi 2 and Vardy 1. I think that's how many goals he's saying with 3-1. Apologies, Jack. I get it now. If you put it all in one comment, Jack, I'm not a genius. Kevin is saying 2-1 to Leicester, but not saying who will score. Jason has gone 3-0 with Jamie Vardy getting a brace and the Nacho getting 1. 3-0, Vard's hat-trick. Zab, I'm all over that game. I'm watching it. What channel's that on? I believe the game, by the way, is free to air today on Sky somewhere or other. Jake Short says 3-1 Perez to score first. 3-1 to City, says Ben Morgan. Come on, you Blues. Good for that. Kevin saying, see you after the game. Come on, City. Carlos 2-1. It's about that time of the game. What time are we looking at? It's about that time to grab your pies, grab your pint, and get up to your seats, isn't it? So we're going to leave it off very shortly. Last couple of comments. Gav Hogan says, come on, Vards. 2-1 to Leicester. And Andrew saying, we win, Jamie has to get in the pool. Eagles celebration. He's gone now. I'll comment in that. Hopefully he'll see that. I'll tell him if we win, he needs to jump in the pool afterwards. Let's see if we can arrange that for you. Perez to score first, says Ray. Overhead kick from Evans, says Reese. Well, you never know. Watford did it against us the other day. Steve Shepherd is saying thank you. It's live on Sky One, and Callum has said it's free to air on Pick TV channel 11 on Freeview. Thanks for the updates. Sean says 2-1 to City. Nervous last 10 minutes with a winning goal. Thanks, Mick. Listen, get your views in at halftime. Join us as soon as it goes to halftime. We will be going live. Come on, Jamie Vardy. Get us the goal. Get us the win. See you after the match.
Get on your feet. Don't sleep.